Afternoon, boys and girls. So I am at a meeting, so I am posting this video so you know what the directions are and you feel comfortable with the assignment. So today in science, you're not going to watch the video until tomorrow, but the video, the topic that you're going to read about and listen to is life cycles. So I always like to go over the questions first before you do the reading. Sorry, my walkie-talkie is still on. All right, so the questions for this assignment is, what does a life cycle show? All these answers come directly from the text, okay? Number two, how do most plant life cycles start? Number three, what are two ways an animal might be born? So any living animal, they're either born this way or this way. Four is true or false. Metamorphosis, that's a big word. Metamorphosis means to go through dramatic change. So if I were you, look at the vocabulary section on the back, and it gives you a definition for metamorphosis. Okay, number five, which of these animals goes through metamorphosis during its life cycle? Is it a penguin, a chicken, a gorilla, or a frog? Number six, during what stage of the butterfly life cycle is it able to fly? Is it when it's an egg, larva, pupa, or adult? Seven, how is a chicken born? Number eight, do frogs start their life cycle on land or in water? And then they give you 4 stages of a frog's life, and they want you to put them in order, starting with the first one. So frog, tadpole, egg, or a tadpole with legs. And then question 10 says, describe the metamorphosis that a butterfly goes through during its life cycle. Okay, so if you want to read this on your own, you very well can. It is not long, but definitely look at all of it. If you want to listen and follow along, be my guest. All right, life cycle definition. A life cycle is a series of stages a living thing goes through during its life. All plants and animals go through life cycles. It is helpful to use diagrams, meaning pictures, to show the stages, which often include starting as a seed, an egg, or a live birth. Live birth is like humans. We're born already alive. Then growing up and reproducing. Life cycles repeat again and again. All right, so let's break it down. Plant and animal life cycles. A life cycle shows how living things grow and change over time. So if you look at the picture of the butterfly, okay, see how it's going around and around. Eggs, caterpillar, chrysalis, adult. It says all plants and animals go through life cycles. Just think about all the growing and changing human children do as they grow up. Children grow in height and get heavier until they reach adulthood. Children also change as their body matures. So as you're getting older, your body is getting more mature. If you have a pet, you have probably watched parts of your pet's life cycle. They are born as puppies that depend on their mothers for food and care. Between 6 to 18 months, puppies become adolescent dogs. That means they become teenagers with lots of energy and playfulness. After about 3 years, dogs become adults and are ready to find a mate and make more puppies. So my Abby right now, she turned 2 in October. So I have 1 more year of her being, all excited and rambunctious. So I'm kind of looking forward to her not being so hyper. All right. They like to rest more, and sometimes, when dogs are between 6 and 10 years old, they enter the senior stage, like a senior citizen. They like to rest more, and sometimes their snouts turn gray. So just like adults, once they become senior citizens, like my mom and dad, Their hair grows gray or white. So they're saying a dog's snout around its nose may turn white as it becomes an aged dog. At the end of their senior stage, a dog's life cycle comes to an end, but that's okay because the cycle will start all over again with new puppies. All right, so that's the first page. Second page starts with form, flowers, and fruit. I almost feel like that should say from flowers and fruit. Plants start as seeds. When a seed starts to grow, we call that germination. When a plant is mature, it produces flowers. Flowers are fertilized, sometimes by animals like honeybees or sometimes by wind. After a flower is fertilized, most plants make seeds in the form of fruit. So yeah, the subheading should have said from flowers and fruit. The seed inside the fruit can be planted and grow into a new plant, and the cycle starts over again. Okay, I like this next part. It says life cycle of an animal. Animals start from eggs or live birth. Then they grow up and mate. Animals begin life either from an egg or as a baby that is born ready for life. Baby animals grow and change into adolescents, that means teenagers, and eventually become adults. Adult animals look for a mate to begin the life cycle all over again with new babies. Each type of animal has their own unique life cycle. When babies are born or hatch from eggs, some look much like their parents, like kittens and horses. Other baby animals look much different from their parents, like tadpoles, which turn into frogs. Animals that change dramatically during their life cycle go through metamorphosis. So now here's what metamorphosis means. For example, a mother butterfly lays eggs that hatch into baby caterpillars. So the egg hatches into a caterpillar. As the caterpillar eats it, grows bigger and bigger, and eventually it is ready to transform into a butterfly. The change takes place inside a chrysalis, where the caterpillar's body changes into a butterfly. When the butterfly comes out of the chrysalis, it is ready to find a mate and lay eggs. So once it's a butterfly, it looks for a partner, and it starts the whole life cycle over again. Then the cycle can start over again. So this is the last page of text. The back just has some other useful information. All right, stages of life. All life cycles start at birth, end with death, and involve growth and reproduction. Some living things go through life cycles quickly, like male drone ants that live for only 3 weeks. Other living things have much longer life cycles, like some type of pine trees that can live for over 5,000 years. All life cycles have a few things in common. They start with seeds, eggs, or live birth, then involve multiple steps, including reproduction, and then they end in death. The cycle repeats for millions of years. So on the back of your paper, it shows an African bullfrog, gorillas, and plants, and they talk about the cycle that each goes through. So the African bullfrog lays eggs, which turn into tadpoles. Tadpoles will develop legs and lungs so they can live on land as adult frogs. This is a major step in the frog's life cycle. It says gorillas give birth to babies that only weigh a few pounds. Baby gorillas depend on their mothers for the first 3 to 4 years. So they depend on their mother for food supply and to watch over them. Then they grow up and the life cycle continues. And then the last one is plants. Plants go through pollination, which produces seeds. When the seeds are planted and begin to grow, the plant cycle starts all over again. So at the bottom, they have the vocabulary, the definition for life cycle, metamorphosis, larva, chrysalis, germination, and seedling. So when you and your partner are answering these questions, please don't guess. I want you to go back and look at what I just read or listen to it again. Okay? Best of luck. And if my meeting gets out, I'll see you at the end of the day.